Steffi claimed she wasn't pushing for her parents to reunite, but she's been secretly wishing for it to happen. She sees how happy her father is with her mom. It looks like her wish will come true on the Friday, December 13th episode of The Bold and the Beautiful. Friday the 13th becomes a lucky day for her. The bridge fallout. On Friday's episode, B and B viewers see the fallout of Ridge's relationship with Brooke. They don't see eye to eye regarding her daughter, Hope. Ridge can't understand why Brooke defends her daughter when she clearly knows something is wrong with her. Ridge argued that Hope is to blame for Carter's wrongdoing. He thinks that she got into his head. He noticed she'd done the same thing with his son Thomas. Ridge dished out the cold truth about Brooke's daughter. She's a typical Logan who works her way through men. However, he used the wrong choice of words, which triggered Brooke. This made Brooke wonder if that was what Ridge really thought of her. She recalled when Stephanie used that same kind of language to describe her. Brooke finally realized what Ridge thinks of her daughter. He might as well said he hated Hope. Instead, he told Brooke he wanted her daughter off the Forrester compound. He didn't want to see her face around there anymore. Brooke refused, so he walked out on her. Steffi hasn't kept mum about her feelings about her parents reconciling. She declared that the Forresters were better together. However, she hasn't set up a parent trap this time around. She allowed the universe to do its work. At the end of Friday's episode, Ridge showed up at the Cliff house. He told Steffi that he got into an argument with Brooke about Hope and couldn't be around them anymore. Steffi told her father that he was free to stay where he was loved and appreciated. Taylor stepped out of hiding. She overheard their conversation. Ridge confirmed that he had left Brooke. He hugged both his daughter and his ex-wife. Steffi finally has her family back. Things are sure to move quickly with Tridge. The previews for the week of December 16 to 20, 2024 tease a kiss between Ridge and Taylor. It looks like Steffi didn't have to do anything to make this happen. Her parents find themselves in each other's orbit yet again. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Soap Spectrum. I am Emily here. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Keep watching, so let's dive into today's video. At Brooke's place, Ridge tells her that Hope is out of control. There's something wrong with her. She went after Thomas and Finn, and now she's pushed Carter to steal a company. Once this is over, Hope will never walk through the doors of Forrester Creations again. Brooke rails at him to stop demonizing her daughter and be objective. Try to understand why they felt they needed to take the reins. Ridge can't believe she has the audacity to defend Carter and Hope. Ridge takes her hand and asks her if she doesn't see what's happened to his family. Brooke doesn't agree with Hope and Carter's approach, but their words ring true. The Logans have been treated like peasants for decades. She tells him how important Hope for the future and her lingerie line are to the company. They never got the professional respect they deserve. Ridge reminds her that he just did a big relaunch for her line. Carter and Hope stole their company, and she's siding with them. Carter stole this because her daughter's in his ear. She attacked his family and stole his company. It's not going to go unpunished, you know that. Brooke asks if she expects her to ground her or send her to her room. Ridge wants her gone. I'm not going to live on this property with Hope. It's not going to happen. At Forrester, Hope and Carter enthuse over taking control of the company. Hope thinks they should get the paperwork framed. They kiss as she sits on his lap in the office chair. Elektra and Will arrive, and she asks, "So you guys are in charge now?" Carter explains they had to do what was best for the company. Will congratulates them as they explain they're reinstating Hope for the future. Elektra asks if Ridge and Steffi are just gone. Hope says they're not sure, but assures her the jewelry line won't be affected. Elektra says this feels weird. Being a Forrester, Steffi was always so nice to me. At the Cliff house, Taylor's dismayed when Steffi tells her that Carter's coup went ahead. Steffi thinks he took advantage of a loophole to get to the top, and Hope lured him up there. They can't believe this is the new reality. Steffi says it's all because of Hope manipulating Carter. Taylor tells Steffi this is so unfortunate. Steffi says she and her father won't give up. For now, they're powerless. In his darkened room, Remy alters the photo of Electra he's looking at as he flashes to being asked to leave Forrester. He remembers the past, when Electra cried to him about someone altering her photos to make it look as though she was naked. He was the one who comforted her. In the present, Remy cries, "I'll always be there for you, Electra. Lay's changing you. I'm not going to let that happen." Suddenly, the laptop dings. Electra's photo now shows her in purple lingerie. He says, "Sorry I'm doing this to you again, but I can't lose you to Will." In the Forrester salon, Electra wonders to Will if this is still called Forrester Creations. He thinks the change is crazy, but reassures her about the jewelry line. Electra's worried about Remy. He's a good and trusted friend, and she's concerned that his feelings were hurt. Will says she wasn't rude to him. He must understand why she couldn't hang out. Don't worry about Remy. He teases that she should be worrying about him. They kiss. In the main office, Hope gushes that Carter risked everything for them. "Just know it will not be in vain. You deserve this, Carter." Hope tells him this is his office now. "You know you can do anything you want." He asks, "Anything?" She says he could redecorate or put up a big portrait of himself. Locking the door, Hope smiles. "It's all yours." At Brooke's place, Ridge tells her he can't stay on this property with Hope. She uses people to get what she wants. Liam, Thomas, Finn, now it's Carter. If that's not the truth, what is it? Is she just a worthless slut? What is she? Brooke gops, what? A slut like her mother. She recalls that his mother would call her the slut from the valley. Does he see her that way? He of all people knows what that word does to her. How could he degrade her daughter to that word after all she's done in the business, after how she's been as a mother, and stepped up to raise Douglas because Thomas was so unstable? She can barely even look at Ridge. "Who are you?" Ridge counters, "Who are you? You're defending someone who broke me. You should be defending me. I'm not staying here with Hope." Brooke won't kick Hope and Beth out of their own house. Ridge grunts, "Then I'm gone. I don't want to fight with you anymore. I love you too much." With that, he exits. Brooke sobs and hits the chair. Ridge arrives at the Cliff house, and Steffi asks what he's doing there. They agree it was a horrible day, and they have a lot to talk about. Ridge says he told Brooke that Hope is to blame, and she's still defending her. It was quite a fight. Taylor emerges from the other room as Ridge says he refused to live on the same property as Hope and left Brooke. Steffi knows he's hurting, but it's the Logans who caused it. Hope only cares about herself, and her mother is enabling that. Brooke doesn't have his back. "Why don't you stay here right now with us? We truly love you and care about you." She pulls her dad into a hug. Taylor joins them. The bold and the beautiful spoilers reveal that Remy Price has decided that Los Angeles isn't the place for Electra Forrester. Since Remy feels like LA is fake and superficial, he's eager to get Electra far away from there, and far away from Will Spencer. Things didn't go well when Remy tried to visit Electra at Forrester Creations, so now he's scheming with deep fake photos again. Since Electra was humiliated enough to leave town the last time this happened, Remy must be hoping she'll abandon Los Angeles next. Remy also mentioned that it used to be their dream to go to New York. You can bet that Remy's counting on playing his cards right and making that dream come true. However, the plan could backfire if Will Spencer helps Electra put the puzzle pieces together and realize Remy is the one who's targeting her. It's honestly bizarre that Electra doesn't find Remy's obsessive behavior and sudden lay move suspicious by now. Of course, it's possible Remy might convince Electra to go with him willingly if she continues to trust him for reasons no one can explain. It's also possible Remy will abduct Electra and flee with her as a last report. When all else fails, Remy may kidnap Electra and send Will into panic mode. Perhaps Remy could make it look like Electra left town of her own volition, but Will might suspect that's not the case. It's easy to imagine Ivy Forrester agreeing with Will and potentially growing quite suspicious of Remy too. Will might ultimately seek Bill Spencer's help searching for Elektra and Remy, so this could kick off an exciting new chapter of the story. There might be a New York adventure complete with new sets and plenty of hot B&B drama. On the other hand, Remy might have to improvise and hold Elektra hostage in Los Angeles after all. It wouldn't be ideal since Remy doesn't like Lay, but he might decide it'd be better to make it look like Elektra left by herself. That way, Remy could keep Elektra locked up as his pretty little pet somewhere and pretend he's just as worried as Will if the cops start sniffing around. The bold and the beautiful spoilers say Remy will go to extremes, so stick with us for more predictions on what he'll do to Elektra and updates on any kidnapping news that might be looming. So where you want to be for great bold and the beautiful spoilers, predictions, news, and updates, so stop by frequently for more B&B info. The bold and the beautiful spoilers reveal that Ridge Forrester and Brooke Logan are definitely dealing with some major issues in their relationship. Plenty of fans are starting to suspect that this bridge may come tumbling down, so let's look at what Thorsten Kaye had to say about the whole situation in an interview with Insider. For starters, Kaye addressed the fact that Ridge has been insulting Hope Logan, which Brooke clearly isn't happy about. However, Kaye hinted that Ridge sniffing around Taylor Hayes again may be what pushes Brooke to her breaking point. Brooke's role was written very well in this. She stood by her man even after he insulted her daughter, and then she stood by her man until she couldn't. And I do think that Taylor has a lot to do with that, Kaye said. Brooke hasn't dumped Ridge yet, but that certainly makes it sound like she will soon. All that talk about Brooke standing by her man until she couldn't any more points to more Taylor trouble that pushes Brooke too far. As for what the future holds for Ridge and Taylor, Kaye definitely sees the potential for them to get back together. The B&B star admitted you can't think too far ahead as an actor, but he suggested Taylor and Ridge's reunion is a real possibility. Of course, Kaye also acknowledged that there's a lot of love between Brooke and Ridge, but that's not the problem. After Kaye addressed Ridge feeling betrayed by Brooke on some level, he played up Taylor as a far less complicated option. And there's this other woman who is always honest with him, who doesn't have kids with his brother and his dad. And maybe she was always the right choice, Kaye said. Do you agree with Thorsten Kaye about Taylor being the better choice for Ridge? Should love bloom between Taylor and Ridge once again? The bold and the beautiful spoilers say some messy romantic drama is in the works, so we'll bring you more story predictions and updates on any breakup news along the way. So where you want to be for terrific bold and the beautiful spoilers, predictions, news, and updates, so make us your favorite B&B hotspot. Thorsten Kaye shared his thoughts on Ridge's feelings about Hope. He delivered some harsh words about her on The Bold and the Beautiful. The soap stud weighed in on Ridge's animosity and why he blames Hope for Carter's coup attempt. Earlier this week, Ridge said some harsh words about Hope. He didn't care if Brooke was within earshot. Kaye explained the reason behind his rage. He admits that Ridge only did it in the heat of the moment. But it wasn't the right choice of words. Kaye really wanted to channel Ridge's rage at that moment. He shared how he played it out perfectly. I tried to play it where it comes out of the frustration of the moment, but it's still not a nice thing to say about someone's kid, Kaye explained in an interview with Insider. On the show, Ridge claims Hope is to blame for Carter's coup attempt. He blames her for getting into his head. He also believes that Hope is the reason his son Thomas needs therapy for the rest of his life. He's still upset with the way Hope discarded his son and is concerned that she could do the same to his best friend. In the interview, Kaye explained why Ridge was frustrated with Hope. He claimed that Ridge is really upset with both Hope and Carter. To have somebody take advantage of you for your own personal gain is a tough thing to get past, Kaye said. Ridge feels the only reason Carter would ever do this is because Hope is sniffing around. She messed up Thomas, and then she went after Carter. On The Bold and the Beautiful, Ridge has vacillated between Brooke and Taylor for decades without deciding who he truly wants to be with. He's currently with Brooke, but that could change soon because her daughter Hope allied herself with Carter to take over Forrester Creations. Ridge isn't too happy that his best friend double-crossed him with a coup, and it's only a matter of time before he gravitates back to Taylor. Thorsten Kaye opened up about Ridge's current romantic decisions. Carter and Hope took a bold and ugly step forward by taking over the Forrester family company. It's new territory for the show, but Ridge keeps moving back to old territory with Brooke and Taylor. When Brooke stepped into Taylor's shoes and the character returned to the show, she and Ridge got really close because she thought she was dying. This didn't sit well with Brooke, but it was hard for her to be mad at Ridge, who also believed Taylor's fate was sealed. However, now that she's not dying, and the fact that Ridge horribly insulted Hope by calling her the B word for joining in Carter's scheme, he and Brooke are on shaky ground. Kaye analyzed Ridge's possible move to Taylor and explained to TV Insider that Ridge feels he's betrayed by the woman that he loves and feels that he never knew her at all. And there's this other woman who is always honest with him, who doesn't have kids with his brother and his dad. And maybe she was always the right choice.